you got to know in your heart it'll never be that bad again. And you got to know that you're sealed when you get your seal, and you'll see it every day. For me, it's like the AMR, and you'll see it, and you'll do these little tasks to fill your time every day to build up to your seal. That's what the seal is, man. Like the AMR isn't always like, January 13th, January 13th. No, man, the AMR is like, hey, get this done for Strongs. Get this done on the side. And then you build up, and then it's like, and then suddenly you're there. And look, if the numbers are off and we got 5 more months, then after the 13th, then we'll go 5 more months, man. But like, I don't think that it's like that. I think I counted it with what we had already done. So just know in your heart that you're sealed and that you're set and that you're okay. And like the forces, I like the robe. I like the robe of Obi-Wan and how they presented it in Clone Wars animated series with their attire, almost like sharp shoulders a little bit, but like their attire, like how they looked and dressed is apparent of it's it shows how they really are. Like they sit down, they sit down and get up. Like when they sit down, like they're humble. They're humble in heart. Like they don't get too uppity on these like little hills, big hills. They're just like, no, man, we gotta do what we have to do, and it's gonna be all right. Like we're gonna be okay. And like, yeah, the dark side is there, and like we fight against it. Like we just do what we do, and we know that the prize is bigger than anything we can achieve on earth. We know that the prize that God has for us is bigger than anything that we can even imagine ourselves. And yeah, we make decisions, and there's deaths that show what we're doing on earth, but like what our real treasure is in heaven. And that's what the forces guys know, man. They know that because they can never show all of themselves on earth. Like they can give their all, but there's always going to be a little piece that like still belongs to God. And because of that, it's a separation of earth to God. And they know that they're with God, and that their spirit of the midi-chlorians goes with God no matter what. And that's the difference. Some people, they think I got to win the race to be accepted by, you know, my wife. And so then I can have a job, and then I can be successful and have kids and have a car. And then that's my whole life, man. My whole life is an example of these moments that I did great things. And that's not how it is, man, with the forces. Like the forces is like you always have a peace with God, that he knows you, that you're written in his books, that he knows your strength, he knows your weaknesses, he knows your humble heart and your soul with the Kachinas, the way that they look at it as the great white spirit and all that, like how they stay humble in heart, like and find the joy of life. That's what it's about, man. Like finding joy within the chaos. That's what it is, man. Because you can be as good as you can all day and like do all these things for God, but they're still going to flood you, man. They're still going to flood you every day. Every day they will, because there's real evil that is assembled on this earth, and the good is lone. That's how it is. The good is lone. And that's why I've been against you guys forming up in a type of tankings. But I think that when you get your seal, it'll be good, and that you will return, and that you will do your part for God, and that your works are accounted for, and that you have been persecuted, and that you've gone through trials and tribulations even on your channels, and that you are more than just, like You're more than just tankings, like just forming up and trying to get your treasures on earth. That's what I fear you guys are doing, is you're trying to get your treasures on earth, and you think that you're a 4 and not a 6. You're confused, man. You're confused. And you think you're going down the rabbit hole, but really, you're not. You got to get your seal, man. And what we did on April 12th counts. That was a big event that happened in New York City on the subway. And if you can't see it, I can. And like, there was a big thing that happened, a transition that happened. And it's more than your heart can imagine. That you're set for 1,000 is a big deal. It doesn't mean, oh, well, that's less than Bronson, or that's less than Alex or Nick or somebody. No, man. Every piece counts. Every piece counts, man. It's the guy from Ace Ventura who squashes the bug. He might have been a 1 or a 2. He counts. It couldn't be done without him. You get what I'm saying? It's part of the pyramid system. And since I was in Egypt as a hypoplasia, cartilage hair, hobbit, Furian, and I was there doing those plagues with the Egyptians. And I suffered the plagues with the Egyptians. That's what the cats told me, man. And like, every part of that pyramid counts. I know that. That's built in my heart. And if you can't see, oh, well, I want to be the top, or I want to be the bottom, or I want to be in the middle, in the side corner. Like, no, man. Look, it's not all about the corner, Groxt. It's not all about that. Like, I cut off at Keanu Reeves even. This and that. Like, and I think Greg is Lil Baby. I think that he did do a Hiroshima, and that he is Lil Baby, and that his body was changed in the twinkling of an eye on the plane. That's what I believe, man. I could tell in Greg's eyes when I was at Jake's. It's not him. His eyes are different. And that's why it says the eyes of the Opa Beni Regalis in Daniel 7. Thank you. Have a good night.